One more time. Look at this place, fellas.
I know.
I never thought we'd have the studio looking so good.
Yeah. No, it looks great in here. Thanks to the Bird Boys for getting us set up here.
Definitely. Yep. And producer Dunks never looked better either.
No.
Well, I dress up like this for every...
Yeah, you usually just don't have the sunglasses, but you have been wearing those clothes for the last, like,
Every
5-6
episode.
months.
For sure. No doubt about it.
Yeah, this is the last dance, though. This is the last episode. Some are comparing it to, like, Wayne Gretzky's last game in the NHL.
No, I've heard those takes as well.
Others are saying it's like Tom Brady's retirement tour.
Yeah.
When he came back for one last season with the Bucks.
Yeah, we kept the tour short just so that we wouldn't like prolong it, but
Right. What does that mean?
well, we announced the last episode.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, well, we're not.
It's not like we went on a going out, you know, our final 10 or something.
We've never been one for the accolades either. We don't want that, you know. Like we don't share our numbers. We actually do have a little like our numbers written down here.
we got some cool stats today for the pod for
Oh,
sure.
wow.
That's exciting.
Which we do, but before we get going, we have to do this right away.
Yep.
Listener of the show, longtime listener, Mike Ellison White. Shout out him. He's been listening since day one. He dropped off a little Johnny Walker Red label for us.
Yes, sir.
So we need, calm the nerves. There's some bright lights in here. We're not used to that.
No, we're not used to that at all.
So
I feel like we're in New York City right now, fellas.
Yeah. So we're gonna pour. What's going on here?
Oh, let me see that.
Just for future, I guess we know.
I think you're good.
Scotch bottles. There's 2 seals.
I don't know if there is. I think you're good to just pour.
It's just the ultra slow pour.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, no, I just didn't pour heavy enough, I guess.
No, but enjoy, boys. I'm excited to get the stuff into us here.
Yep. And we got a cake after with Chump Talk on it.
Yeah, we got a cake.
Shout out Taylor.
Yeah, full night of events planned.
Yep.
We're going out on top.
Heavy pour, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Pass it over to Matt.
Thank you.
There you
Red
go.
label, that's premium.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, only the best for Chump. That's what we've always said.
That is what was.
I don't think you have to shake it like it's soy sauce.
I don't.
Oh, jeez.
Almost broke my glass right away there.
Yeah. So we're here.
Smooth.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Cheers, boys.
Did you twirl it?
Yeah.
Twirl.
That's wine, actually. You're supposed to do that with. Oh yeah, that's nice.
That is nice.
Yeah, it's
nice.
actually not bad to sip on at all.
Not at all, and we will be sipping on it.
Yep.
So what do you guys want to get into first here? There's a lot.
There is a lot. I'm honestly, my mind is scattered in that way because
Yeah.
I was like thinking about it all day today.
Yeah.
It's like I'm excited to record because there's obviously a lot of awesome things to talk about, a lot of awesome things to look back on. But then there's also the part of it where it's like, holy crap, this is it in a way too. Like,
Yeah.
it was so weird. Like my mind was just like so back and forth all day with excitement, but then also that feeling of, oh, like this is the last time in a way.
For sure.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like my mind was in so many different places today.
Yeah.
But
And-
it's exciting, but
And to explain, when we said it on the last episode, but there will be a lot more listeners for this one than that last one.
yeah.
We're still gonna do some football ones, and it's not gonna be Chump, and we're coming up with a new thing with DSABs and segs. And it's kind of what we've been doing for a little bit, but it'll be separate from Chump. Chump is done after this episode.
Yeah. It's a see you later to Chump.
It's a see you later to Chump,
But never goodbye.
never goodbye.
No.
No.
Chumps forever.
Chump.
You know, we got a saying on the board here.
Yeah, we do.
Once a chump, always a chump.
Yeah, and don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. That was producer Dunk's quote. First person I've ever heard say that.
Yeah, that was wise, Dunk. Wise. That's why you're the producer, though.
And
Well, yeah.
February 1st, 2019 to August 8th today, 2023.
Yeah,
That's a run.
We are over 4.5 years, boys.
Yeah, and there's been so many different iterations, I think is the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where this is
grammar, baby.
yeah, this is where it's gonna when we start throwing out big words here. This is where it's gonna be scary because we're gonna look at this episode 10 years down the road.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm gonna want to watch it.
I don't know if I'm going to want either, but I think I will.
Oh, for sure
I
we
can't
will.
say I'm going to go back and listen to, probably a lot of the episodes.
No.
I think for sure, like some of them one day I'll be like, you know what? It's time.
Yeah.
It's time for sure. But this video is something that no matter what will be with us forever. So.
For sure. Yeah, I always have the thought of showing like a future kid this episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was even thinking about that.
Yeah.
It'll be wild for them to see too. Like here we
Yeah.
are, we're still young spring chickens yet.
Oh, for sure.
Even though we complain most days, but
Well, your body's falling apart, but other than that,
well, it's staying together. But there's bumps and bruises along the way for sure.
torn hammies.
Well, yeah, well,
Some-
not partial tear.
Well,
we'll say.
we did play baseball last night.
Yeah.
And can you explain what happened running first base?
Oh yeah, I almost did like the triple step thing.
Oh,
Triple
no.
jump.
So I was kind of going to first base there, and so I hit the ball to shortstop. I think there was 1 out or no outs, whatever it was. There was a guy in first running to second, and initially I thought, oh yeah, like I'm there at first no matter what. But then I was like, oh man, like there's definitely double play potential
Yeah,
here.
they're turning it.
So then it was kind of like I was probably a quarter of the way there, and I was like, oh, okay, I should turn it on here.
Yeah.
And I was like looking at the play, not really like looking where I was going.
So did you go to reach for the base before you were even close to it? Is that what happened?
Kind of like I don't even know. Like I just knew that I had to hit the base with my inside foot.
So if I just have one question then. So
Yeah.
if we've compared speed a lot lately.
Yes.
There was
Almost
one
every
person.
episode.
There was one person in that game, me, that legged out an infield single. Do you remember seeing that play?
Yeah.
Single
Yeah.
dribbler to shortstop, not really a dribbler, hard hit, but he kind of had to move over,
Yeah.
and I legged it out.
Right.
You almost didn't leg out a double play ball,
No, I did leg it out.
but barely,
No.
barely.
It's you can't compare speed to that one play though.
Well, there's been numerous things lately. I just think I'm faster than you now, and that's we won't
No.
we won't spend too much time.
No, we
on
won't
this.
spend too much time on that, but everyone knows.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, I just have the slightly longer legs, the quick fiber movements.
No,
And
fiber
I am,
movements.
in my legs, the muscle fibers. I am quicker.
Is that correct?
I follow.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. No.
Like,
fair enough.
if we're gonna like lay it all out here in the last episode,
Yeah.
I think we should speak the truth. And
Yeah. No. My truth is, I am now faster than you.
No.
There's a video from a few years ago I posted on the Instagram today of a race where you beat me in
A few years
100
ago,
meter
you're
dash.
really trying to just push your luck on this one.
Well, it was over 2 years ago.
It was like 2 years this summer.
When
You can't. It was
Okay.
in the summertime.
Okay.
You can't say 3 years.
well, my body's staying together. Yours is falling apart.
No, my body's fine.
I don't know about
I
that.
had one injury.
Okay, we're not gonna spend too much time on this.
No, we won't spend too much time. But if it was the pros, I would have been on the IL probably for 3 weeks with no activity.
Yeah, and then you'd be
then
one
I
of those
would have
guys
been
that just
100%.
keeps going back
No,
to the IL.
but I chase championships, so I have to be out there every week.
Right, right.
And it's also beer league, so
Yeah.
yeah, you can't just miss weeks.
No,
or
you're not gonna do that.
You just be way too soft.
No.
but-
I went back today in the Instagram and I was looking at a couple of our setups from early on.
yeah,
I kind of want to talk about that.
Yeah, we've
every
had
stage of.
yeah of I like to I want to talk about every stage of where we recorded episodes.
yeah. There was multiple.
So first, I think
Do we have pictures of all of them?
probably not all of them, but a good handful of them.
I have a picture of one of the first ones we recorded. I know we're like confirmed the first one was recorded.
Tim Shoe's house in Elmira.
No,
That wasn't first.
that wasn't first.
It was your now
That
house,
was
which
the-
was your mom's at the time.
Yes. The Tim Shoe, that's when we had the newer technology. I think we had like a speaker type
Oh,
of thing.
no, the snowball.
At some point. We did the first one on my mom's
From a
on
phone.
Apple Note or Apple, what is it
Recording.
called? Yeah, Apple
Yeah.
Recording.
iPhone.
Yeah, just
We sat beside each other on the couch, held it up, and that's how we recorded, sitting next to each other on a couch.
for the intro music. We played music off my phone
Yeah.
and held it to your
Yeah.
phone for the
That's
recording.
exactly what we did.
That's how we did it. And
Is
those
that, is that episode number 1 on?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that one not on podcast?
Yeah, I remember my intro for that. I said, "Welcome to the Grand Tour."
Yeah.
What the hell does that even mean?
It wasn't, no, but I would say
mean-
you have to hit it on like the nail in the coffin there.
Yeah, I might have actually.
Because it was a grand tour.
Yeah, we had
toured a lot of things.
We had basically what's basically like an attic in my parents' house in a
Yeah.
room there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was our setup for a while.
Yeah, I feel like that was our first primary. Like we did a
Yeah.
couple Tim Shoes and Elmira there.
Yep.
But that wasn't our long-term setup. We had our first ever in person though
At Dan Liebold's house.
at Dan Liebold's. But our first ever, Yeah, or yes,
Boyd Devereaux,
came
yeah.
to Elmira too.
Yeah.
I was trying to. Yeah, that one was closer to the 20s.
Yeah, that was
Dan Liebel was earlier than that, but
Dan Liebel was our first guest.
yeah,
Boyd Devereaux was our after Dan, because Dan's got the accolades too.
yeah,
But after Dan, Boyd Devereaux was our first. Like, he won a Stanley Cup.
yeah. Do
Played
you
with
remember I set
Datsuk.
up for that?
Yeah,
Empty bedroom.
Yeah.
We just threw any jersey we had on the
yeah.
wall.
We
and-
had a GoPro up on the wall.
I know, yeah. I
Yeah.
have
Which-
a picture of that.
I don't think we ever got the clips from.
No, I don't think so either.
Are
but,
they somewhere?
Well, I have a photo
Okay,
of
that'll do.
the angle.
That'll do.
I think I think I gave the GoPro back to you, though,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it was lost for like 3 years after that.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
know
was
where
a
it was.
suitcase for a while, so it was
Yeah.
it was just deep down in the dungeons of my suitcases. But
Yeah, and then when you were a suitcase, we had to leave the studio and we went permanently to Zoom for a while.
yeah,
COVID.
COVID.
that was the start of COVID. So it started 2020, I guess.
and that's when Chump actually took off.
yeah, and that was like a year in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, that's when we were getting some of those, and we actually messaged Stilly and Otter today, Chase Stillman, Brennan Othman.
Yep.
You're going to see those names in the NHL real soon. Othman,
100%.
Othman, I think next year
yeah,
is going to be on the Rangers.
yeah. Definitely could be.
They both just won the, did they win the Mem Cup or just the OHL?
Just the OHL.
Yeah, didn't win the Mem.
No,
Tough one.
won the OHL Cup with
But
the
they
Peterborough
they
Pete's, though.
basically win everything together, though.
Yeah,
They'll-
like the
they're-
U18s they did together. I'm sure.
U16s.
Yeah, the U16s. Were they even on that Don Mills together? Was Stilly in that?
no.
No, Stilly was on a different team.
Yeah, but we messaged them today to thank them because those two boys who were bigger OHL names at the time,
Not, like almost not even at the same time.
maybe
though.
just getting there.
Yes, I think they had like in their rookie years.
Yeah.
they had good numbers and they were like high draft picks
Yeah.
going into that year.
Yeah.
but they were like this. They were like fresh into the league.
Yeah.
when we first started having them on.
Yeah, and they were huge for us. They really helped our numbers go up.
Yeah,
Like, they dominate our top five, those two boys. So we messaged them today and thanked them, and they of course they got back to us. They're not going to forget about Chump boys.
no, they better not. No,
Hopefully not when they're making mills
Yeah.
in the show. Yeah, we're gonna need to stay in contact with them. Hopefully.
yeah,
Yeah. And then Zoom for a while
yeah. Zoom for quite a long time.
until this, basically.
Well, yeah, and then we did them in your basement actually before here.
Yeah.
We did those together in person.
Right. We
Well, after I moved out of New Hamburg when I was living in Listowel,
Yeah.
we would do them at your place then.
yeah, my 500 square foot basement, which I had to push clothes off the ground because there's always clothes on our ground in our room.
Yeah,
I had to shove clothes aside and set up a little table back in the room,
Yeah.
and then shut the door. And Matt was like 10 feet away from me outside because we couldn't figure out how to get one mic for the two of us on Zoom.
Yeah.
So we'd use two different laptops,
different Zooms.
just to do an interview with someone.
Why did you have to be in the same house?
Well, because Matt didn't really have a place to do it at the time.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. The Wi-Fi was skeptical where I was.
Listowel. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and even like non-interviews, our intros and outros, or if we ever any episodes without a guest, same house, different rooms, Zoom. That's
Yeah.
the way it was for a while.
Can we talk about the word outro too? Do you
Yeah.
think any podcast uses the word outro?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what? Like an outro song?
Yeah. Like,
Like,
is that,
outro's
is that
a word.
Is it?
Yes.
Is that what like people would
Like
use?
if intro is a word, outro has to
It
be a
is a
word.
word.
I don't think that's how that works, but
It
it
is
might.
how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, not all. He said if intro's word, outro has to be a word.
It is.
Okay. Well, but it's just saying if there's one word, it can't mean there has to be another word.
Okay.
Okay, give us an example.
I can't.
Yeah,
You
well-
put me on the spot. You got me.
Case solved. Mystery closed.
I don't know if we can.
Why
I
did you
think
ask that?
if we looked back in the records, I think my grammar's been better than yours on and names.
Names maybe, but
What-
not grammar.
What's T. Oscar's his like short form?
Teo.
You sure it's not Teo?
See, that was a bit of a guess. The Teo one.
It's Teo.
It's Teo.
Yeah. What do you mean? Well, I've been telling you this for years
It's
now.
not Teo Oscar though.
But they say Teo. That's his name.
It's not
Teo.
Teo
Whatever.
Oscar.
Teo.
either,
We're not
but-
going to spend
Teo.
much time on this
No,
either.
we're not gonna-
It's
no,
not just
but
going
it's
to be
Teo.
arguments the whole time. We can't have that.
No.
That's
no, we
basically what
can't, but
Chump
that's
has been,
basically
though.
what Chump is.
Yeah. It's just us getting mad at each other. And I was actually talking to another longtime listener, Adam Brown.
Yeah.
I was talking to him about this last night, and we were talking how he said he got to like see a little bit into our relationship and like what it's actually like, because when we're around people that don't really know us and we start yelling at each other, usually about sports,
Yeah.
people are like, these guys are actually like pissed off at each other.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we
I've
just
seen that too.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's been a thing too, but that's different. We bicker and yell at each other like from the moment we see each other, basically.
Yeah.
Anytime.
No, it's true. I never really thought about it from like the other person perspective, but
Yeah.
I definitely do see how people that might not know like both of us that well,
Yeah, they think
that it, like
they
man,
think
these
an argument
guys
about
probably hate
Bryce
each
Young
other.
and Tua
Yeah.
like are making
Yeah.
these guys hate each other, and sometimes it will.
Yeah.
And once football gets going, we'll have more of those for sure.
No, but at the end of the day, every time we argue, it's like I don't know, like immediate forget about, like immediate
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, they don't
it's just
linger.
the way it is.
There's been stuff that lingered. Can I have my phone, Dunk? There's been fights that have lingered, of course, but not all of them.
But you know, everyone, whether you're dating or good friends, you know, everyone has their battles. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we've certainly had some.
And our wives do say that we're basically dating.
I probably hear that on a weekly basis.
Yeah, we get in trouble for
How
that.
many times do you have to see Brady a week?
Well, it's our job. It's our
yeah.
job. That's it. If we're talking real here too, Chump leaving loses one excuse for us to hang out,
Yeah.
which is a big thing.
Yeah.
Mondays certainly won't be the same.
No.
No, and Dunk, to get on to Dunk a little bit here, hasn't been with us since day one, but
Well,
yeah,
Well, actually started day one.
you haven't been on the mic since day one.
no, but I made the first YouTube account.
Yeah, you did.
You got our first
going.
videos on YouTube.
And our email, you set up our password for all those
Yeah,
things.
it's still
Yep.
to this day the same.
Yep.
yeah.
chumpstalking@gmail.com.
Yeah. Because Chump Talk was gone, so we had to go with Chumps Talking.
Which worked.
Real creative, and also our name.
Some people say it's chump stalking though, which is a bad look, but
Yeah, that's not a great look.
No.
Oh, true.
yeah.
Chump stalking.
Yeah.
Oh, I never even
That's
thought
how it
about
looks
that.
to some.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I wondered how that looked for like sponsors we were trying to reach out to.
Yeah. Who are these chumps that are stalking?
Okay. That makes sense why we didn't get a lot of emails back.
Yeah. I think you just put a couple of pieces together there.
Yeah, no, I never even thought about that. But Dunk set up our YouTube and email for us probably right off the start,
Yeah.
which looking back, we probably could have set up an email.
Yeah, but you couldn't figure out YouTube.
No, certainly not.
You couldn't figure out how to send an email to begin with.
Yeah, I've always struggled with email. I'll admit that. We said it on a few episodes ago. I think I have like almost 4,000 unread emails.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Same.
That's a major problem. But then once we moved back to the studio and we kind of went away from guests because we were going two episodes a week with guests for a while during COVID.
Yeah,
Like we
yeah.
were stockpiling interviews. Like we'd do like 4 a night. I remember one Saturday, I think we banged out like 6 or 7 interviews.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Some big names too, and we stockpiling them, and then we're putting them out, just pumping out content for the people. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And then we kind of took a foot off the gas a little bit.
We had I remember what it was called at the time, rebranding.
I remember the rebranding.
Yeah, the rebranding.
We were at Home Hardware when we were working at Home Hardware when
Yeah.
we came up with that.
Yeah, and to be honest, the rebrand didn't work even a little bit because we talked at that point. We were still talking about like let's try to build this into something, and
Yeah.
then we didn't post anything on social media.
Yeah, that went quiet for a while.
Yeah.
That is the part that is the most like unfortunate about nowadays is everything is social media.
Yeah,
And I feel like I've almost like now that it's become such a thing,
yeah,
I feel like I've just like strayed away from it. Like
yeah.
the last Instagram post couldn't even tell you what year
Yeah,
that was
especially
in.
Instagram. We're
Like-
hard on the Twitter, but
Yeah, the Twitter, yeah. Like now it's honestly like sports news and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like you're not really caring about the photos and such as more. How
Yeah.
many likes you get and
but for a podcast to be successful,
Yeah.
you need to
it
need to pump out clips. You need to get the reels going. You need to be
Yeah.
active on Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of get to a point where we were just doing what we wanted to and
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
And
Like
that's why
when
we just recorded Monday nights at my house.
yeah, once we got in the studio and we realized we didn't necessarily have like the drive to be active on social media and to reach out to guests, but we love doing this. And I've always
Yeah.
said, and we talked about this
Much
yesterday
less
too.
stressful, just
It is, but I've always I think the product we put out there is great. Like
Yeah.
for for select people.
For sure.
Like
for sure.
there's some people that would turn this on.
The
and,
people that like know us and like are kind of have that inkling into sports and whatever it may
Yeah.
be. Like I feel like it's great for that listener.
yeah.
You know, maybe not the guy that loves sports from Hamilton, maybe for example, but the
Yeah,
local
no,
guy
but
that
I
knows
think-
us and loves sports.
I think those people would have like latched on if
For sure.
if we really got it out there.
Yeah,
Maybe.
No,
I don't know.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd help if we were like household names. Like
Oh,
if
obviously.
you
Yeah.
got a couple cups and Matt won the Super Bowl, it would be
I
pretty
mean,
good. But
You're forgetting about my junior C career.
yeah,
Right. Yeah, I know.
well, you don't usually talk about that. So.
No. We're good. We're good. That was just a rough year after. I've been good since then.
yeah, just 1 year.
Year and a half,
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm completely over it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got cut my last year. You guys are just gonna make me say it, eh?
No.
Well,
hey,
no, but-
all I want to say is you were on every rep team growing up. I got cut from every rep team growing up, so
Not everyone. I remember playing together.
I think when my last year rep was Pee Wee.
Pee Wee, I think, maybe.
Yeah. So my last 5 years minor hockey, there was a lot of snipping going on, but
Yeah.
as one would say, keep pounding.
Yeah.
That's what I chose to do. Didn't even know the saying at the time, but
Yeah. You probably took the cuts a little better than I do. Or I did.
I mean, it was just like another day, you know. Oh, another year, another cut from the rep team. Whatever, back to AE again.
Where you were captain though. Final year.
Yeah,
Final year
year.
minor hockey, Capitano.
Yeah,
Congrats on that.
yeah, thanks. No, it was, yeah. And congrats on
In
your
juvie.
at least 5 Cs you probably had.
Yeah.
Probably every second year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. As Elmira people in high school would tell me though, it's just double C. So
True.
just double C. You know.
Even though Twin Center would put most other centers to sleep back when we were playing. But
Back when Twin Center was in their prime.
yes,
and
like
we
back
always
when we were
put-
playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd put them
For
right to
sure
sleep.
we would. For
right
sure.
to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably be the guy in the timekeeper's booth stopping the clock, but for the other guys, for sure.
I loved having you in the timekeeper's booth
Oh,
when
yeah,
I
I
was
remember
playing.
doing the
Yeah.
midget rep boys. And,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's always a
Good
blast.
times. Yeah.
Always a blast.
Yeah, and then where were we? And then we came here to the studio.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for dunk. But
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you were getting into something for me there.
yeah,
but-
we were. But the moral of Chump is that sidetracked. Like we never actually continue on what we're saying usually.
No, and then we'll
Never
try and go
usually.
back to it, and all three of us will completely forget what we were talking about.
But we were talking about Dunk, and when Dunk kind of came on the mic, when you really became producer Dunk,
yeah.
was in the studio, and it was probably like how long do you think it's been? About a year? Maybe not quite.
Oh man.
A year and a bit, I would bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I'll try and find that out.
well, I know when we started, it was when we were spinning the globe and traveling the world. That's when
Yeah.
Dunk really shone.
I was around
Sean.
before that though.
No, not really.
I think at the start when we moved into the studio, Dunk was on selective episodes in a way,
Yeah.
more
yeah.
so.
Yeah, the odd one.
And then, because we had what's our buddy?
Yeah.
Kenny.
Producer
Kenny,
Ken. Yeah, Kenny.
Producer
Yeah.
Ken was the third voice. For
Yeah,
a
he
bit.
was. He was.
You posted a picture April 13th, 2022, photo taken from Kenny's point of view.
Well, that's
That's over a year ago, and that was the
You were-
first time with Kenny when we recorded in here before that. So we're like,
You were
I'd
after
say
Kenny.
a year and a half.
you were after
Yeah.
Kenny.
I was a
But
bit
anyways.
before Kenny too, and then I kind of lost my job a bit there.
Yeah, you did. But what I was telling Matt earlier in the day when I really like I didn't even think about you like having you on the mic because this is like a sports podcast and sports is certainly not your strong suit.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you turned into like having the best third voice on this.
For sure.
Other than like the fact that when you get a producer to look something up, he doesn't really know what he's looking up when it comes to sports.
Yeah, but he'll find a stat, whether it's right or
Yeah.
wrong. There will be a stat to show for.
But the biggest thing we had you for, and you saved our ass in looking like we look dumb all the time, but you made us look less dumb when we spun the globe for a country.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Because we would spin one and we'd be like, oh, Mongolia. I know
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
And then
Pirates.
yeah. I remember that one. And
Yeah,
then I'm
not
like,
pirates, but
hey, Somalia is the pirates.
Somalia.
And while we're on that topic, last episode, Connor.
Yeah, go spin the globe.
Producer Dunk, would
Oh,
you
wow.
please go up to the globe,
Yeah.
spin it, and tell us where we are gonna be
Yeah, give her.
recording
Sorry
for the
for
last
my
episode.
fat ass walking in front of all the cameras.
No,
You look great,
You
Doug.
are looking great.
The hair looks fantastic.
Yeah, the bod.
Oh yeah,
Yes, sir.
spin that baby.
Spinner on our wall.
Where are we headed for our final episode?
Oh, we're going to Ecuador.
Ecuador. Nice.
Nice.
This person will remain nameless, but there was a point, we probably did it for like 10 to 15 episodes in a row where we went to a different country.
Yeah.
And we talk about them, and we had field analyst Josh on.
Gosh, you're right.
But there was a person who we know that I don't remember who he ran into, one of our friends at the bank.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. He thought...
I know who you're talking
Yes.
He thought
yes.
because he saw it on Instagram where we'd post like a picture of us,
Yeah.
or like in that country,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
quotations. He thought Chump was actually traveling to these locations.
Yeah, you know, we would have been if the budget was there.
For sure.
But, yeah.
I
you
remember all the fun facts we were looking up. I wish I could
Yeah.
remember some of those. I remember one country had the longest fence in the world. I found that.
Oh yeah, Australia.
Was it Australia?
know.
Yeah.
I thought that was China.
No. You're,
Well,
you're
that's
thinking
just
the
the
wall.
tallest.
You're thinking the wall.
You're thinking the Great Wall. of
I'm
China.
talking more of a
No,
fence.
because Brady had a story where he
Right.
was
Yeah.
he was walking
Yeah, I
to
got
get
hitchhiked.
around the fence, but,
Yeah.
but he had to walk like 800 kilometers or
Yeah.
something.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Man.
Yeah.
Well, I got some stuff
Very
written.
touristy.
I got some stuff
Oh,
written
yeah.
down.
Before,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say it earlier. We actually briefly talked about it yesterday as we were kind of tidying up a room here, making it as lovely as it is today. Our name, Chump Talk,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just how perfectly suited the name Chump Talk is
Yeah.
for us.
You
Like,
can say a lot of things that Chump did wrong. The name is
Yes.
is not one of
the
them.
name is, I think, one thing that can never be
Yeah,
doubted on.
absolutely nailed it.
Can we hear how that was decided on? I think I have heard.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there's not like a huge story, but I do remember like exactly when we figured it out.
Yeah.
Because we had so there's a little clip. Did you end up sending that to Dunk or no?
yeah.
The video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play that. Or
Give
It's
me
on
your
my
phone.
phone.
Just keep talking for
Okay.
a minute.
so there was a night where us three and brother Lloyd, who's been a supporter of the show without listening.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Gosh,
To
producer
come.
Dunk.
To come. Just a sneak peek.
There was a night where the three of us and brother Lloyd and Brett Leibold. I
Yeah.
think it might have just been that. It was a small group.
Yeah.
I think that was who.
I was there.
Yeah, I know. I said
Yeah.
us three,
yeah.
brother Lloyd and Brett.
Yeah.
I think, and
Yeah, that is the crew.
that was when podcasting was like just getting big. Like Spit and Chicklets had just kind of started.
Yeah.
And I started listening to Spit and Chicklets, and I think you were listening to Overdrive
Yeah, I
a little
think
bit.
Spin was still in there, like first 50
Yeah, they were
episodes.
they were
out.
early for
Yeah.
sure. Like and I remember I started listening to podcasts. I'm like, man, I would I would love to do this.
Yeah, and at that time we were like, holy shit, we talk about sports every single day.
Yeah, this is like our phone calls are just a podcast
Yeah,
usually.
yeah.
And it might not be a great podcast, but it's a podcast.
Podcast.
So we were there that night, and it was late at night, and conditions were, like how do I say this?
Harsh.
No,
Not harsh.
No. Our minds weren't.
We were tired.
We were no. Yeah. Okay. We were tired.
Yeah,
It was
no,
late
we were,
at
we
night.
were feeling good. The boys were hanging out.
Yeah.
At that point, Ty and I were co-running the house
Go running.
in Wellesley. My mom was moved out at the time.
Yeah, you were
But
co-running
she
it.
still had the house.
Brett was
Yeah.
Ty and
co-running
I
it
were
as well.
co-running. So you know what happens when the boys get together.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, not
Couple beverages late at night,
Yeah.
and we decided we're gonna interview Tyler. And here's the last 25 seconds of that interview.
Yes, but we do have there's like
Yeah.
an 8-minute video
Yeah,
that
which-
I have on my phone still from that.
Which we're not gonna play that whole
No,
thing.
we're not
but-
gonna play that whole
But
video.
this is the end of kind of how it started too. And this might not be as funny as we think it is, because if you see the video, it's
Yeah,
it's a once in a lifetime clip. But anyways, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. So Tyler, we just want to thank you for your time today. I know the viewers. This has been our most requested athlete so far, and I hope the viewers see it. Matt just has to do a quick ad read, and then we'll sign off. Ad read, our biggest sponsor.
After
Quick.
Tylenol, great pain relief. Yeah,
So that's how it all started. And then
that is how it all started.
And I remember the next day we were talking, like the next night we were
Yeah.
talking like, you know, like we should try to record a couple.
Yeah.
Like that was obviously just for jokes.
Yeah.
Tylenol never quite made their
We were
way.
using a tape measure.
Yeah, a
as
tape
the-
measure
as
as
the
a microphone.
there.
Yeah. And Tylenol never did make it over as a sponsor, unfortunately. But
No,
if they saw that
no.
clip, I think they might have.
Tylenol. Things could have been real different.
Yeah. But the next day we were talking and we were saying, it was like I don't want it to be anything. I think I said to you, like, I don't want it to be anything serious. Like we're just like a couple chumps.
Yeah.
Like we're just like a couple chumps talking.
Yeah.
And then I remember you're like, why don't we just call it Chump Talk? I was like, perfect.
Bang.
Great.
Bang.
And that's how it started back in February of 2019.
Yep. Yeah.
That's how it all got going.
That's how it all got going.
But where did my phone go? Oh yeah, I had some stuff written down. I wanted to go over. There's lots of people to thank, and we'll kind of get to those as we go. But
Yep.
I want to talk about our segments because we had
a lot of different segments.
a lot of different segments, and there's definitely some I'm missing. But this is what I remember in our first episode. We had one. Who said that?
Yeah. That was honestly one of my favorites in a way.
You like that?
I don't exactly obviously remember everything. I think it would have been really hard to name quotes from people because
Yeah.
I'm not like a big people follower. Like I don't know who's
You're not a big people follower.
Well, like just like the people that say the quotes.
Sure.
I don't follow those people.
Right.
You know.
Right. So what? Oh,
Yeah.
So it's
no,
hard to remember.
Yeah.
sentence over. Period. Okay.
I kind of forgot where I was going with that.
Yeah. So we had who said that where we said quotes and people had to guess who it was, and then
Yeah.
where'd they finish, which is one I hope we can continue to play just like us.
Just personally,
Because
I
it is a
agree.
blast. That's
It
where
is.
we come up with a player and we tell the person who the player is.
The player, yeah.
In any
the
sport.
games played, the points,
Yep.
the accolades,
Who
the
they were
Stanley
drafted
Cups,
by.
Yep.
and then
What year and all that.
and then you have to be able to tell us where they finished their career,
Yep.
which is a great game.
Great game.
We could almost, figure
Patent
something
that.
out there. Yeah.
I know.
Like Puck Doku's out there.
It could be, yeah, I was going to say, it
Immaculate
could be the
Grid.
next Immaculate
Yeah,
Grid.
Immaculate Grid's a blast, by the way.
Yeah.
Too bad that didn't start during the podcasting. I think every episode we could have just tried to fill one out ourselves, and that would have been a blast.
Yeah.
Because that is fun. Immaculate Grid,
fun.
I play it every day.
Yeah.
Shout out them.
Oh, yeah, shout out them. I haven't got on the everyday swoop yet, but
Yeah, no, I
I
do.
could see it coming.
Word association was fun. Spin the globe, which we did. We're headed to Ecuador.
Yep.
Dunk, do you want to tell us anything about Ecuador, by the way? Because we're now there. Warm.
Yeah, warm. I think it's like a lot of jungle going on.
Confirmed on the equator? Is that where it gets the
Yeah.
name from?
I do believe so. Yeah, I was
Let's
holding
go.
my finger roughly center of the globe. So
Right, so
Oh, yeah.
that
roughly,
makes sense.
give or take a few.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Probably not.
They have monkeys.
They might.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be real hot this time of year.
Monkeys like the warm
Yeah, and jungle.
jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know any specific facts about Ecuador.
Population,
Probably not too many. I don't know.
roughly.
Not a little, not a lot.
I'd say,
Just in the middle.
Give us a rough number.
oh, that's tough. 8 to 10 million. I'm gonna look that
Yeah,
up.
look that up. I'd love if you were close.
Yeah.
I'd love if you were way off too. Actually,
might be.
drafts were a blast.
Drafts are a yes.
Yeah.
Drafting is honestly, I think it's a small percentage of my body. Like, you have your heart in your body, you've got your blood, you've got everything else. I think drafts are a part of me. Like, no matter what it is,
Yeah.
I always look
Yeah,
forward
no.
to a draft, whether it's a Chump Talk draft,
Yeah.
fantasy
Yeah.
draft for baseball,
no.
hockey, football.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with a draft, it gets me way too excited.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where you're going there, but drafts are a part of your body for sure.
Yeah.
And we had some fun people in there for that too.
Yeah.
Jesse Bender was in here, and who also helped sponsor the show at some point. Shout out to
True.
him, Bender
Yeah.
Mobile Detailing.
Bender Mobile
There's a free
Detailing.
ad read for you.
Yep.
Jack Weber was in a
Jack
draft.
Weber was in for a draft.
Yes.
I think he might have just
Or
watched
he-
one.
yeah.
But he's been a loyal listener.
Yeah.
So shout out Jack, Timmy and
Jimmy,
Will.
well, this was on your Europe thing, right? When we released those?
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been. But yeah, Timmy and Will, always supporters of Chump too. Timmy still listens to every episode, and
Does he? Nice.
Will was an employee for a bit.
Yeah.
He didn't do much.
No, he
What was his
he
job
allegedly
title?
sold some merch, which
Yeah.
he definitely did.
Yeah,
at the
a
start
couple,
to the
but
high school guys,
I think
especially
it's-
the guys we were coaching at the time.
yeah, which looking back, we probably could have just sold those because we were also coaching them.
sure.
So
100%.
maybe I think it's safe to say our worst hire.
Yeah. Great guy, but
Great
worst
guy,
hire.
great guy.
Yeah.
Shout out Will,
Yeah.
but worst hire.
Shout out Will Weaver.
Yeah, and then the drafts though, just a blast,
Yeah.
just a blast. And then we had,
By the way,
yeah,
what would we say the final tally on the draft is
me,
in
Yeah.
regards to first, second, and third?
me, Dunk, you. You were horrible at drafts.
I wasn't. No, I'm for sure minimum second.
Well, there's no way we can go check, but it was a known thing that you struggled on drafts, and you even said it. You loved your board, and then when people would say something to you, you'd be
That's
like,
because there was biasness going
"You
at the
picked
time.
New Orleans as a top 6 fast food restaurant. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, but for pizza,
New Orleans
New
pizza.
Orleans is high up there.
I don't even know if it is. I don't even know if it's in my
Again,
top
could be.
5.
What's above New Orleans? Okay, you got 5 places above New Orleans for pizza.
Okay. Well, can I
But
say?
that you legitimately think are above New Orleans. Like, you're
Well,
going to be fibbing no matter what you say
okay,
here, but
my hometown, Noah's Pizza, better.
that's not fast food.
What?
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
I feel like Noah's is more of
We didn't
like
say it
a-
had to be a chain.
No, I didn't say it. I didn't say chain.
Well, then how is Noah's not fast food? You don't. There's no tables in there. It's any pizza place is fast food.
I guess.
Yeah.
If you can,
Okay,
if you
fine,
can get
fine.
slices.
Fine, I'll give you that one. I'm not giving you the next one though.
Tito's better. Twice the deal even better. Twice the deal.
Twice the deal's
grease.
not better.
Okay, twice the deal not better. I will agree with that.
Okay, then why'd you even say it?
Because I'll get twice the deal way more than I'll get New Orleans
Okay.
because it's overpriced and not that good. Pizza Hut way better.
Oh, you didn't tell me we're going by prices when it comes to the draft, or our whole draft board would have been different.
Well, you're going favorite fast food places, and New Orleans is a
No,
little
top.
overpriced for
We're
what
just
you
saying
get.
top.
New,
It had nothing
New
to do with the
Orleans is a
prices when we
little
did that
overpriced
draft.
for what you get.
We had nothing to do with prices when we did that draft.
It doesn't matter. You're
Well, no,
trying
you're
to
bringing
pander-
prices into
No,
it now.
you're trying to get the picks that the people are going to love. And
Yes, that's why I said New Orleans.
no one loves New Orleans except you, I guess.
Okay, just because people might not order it all the time because it's more expensive. If you go to anywhere and, like, let's say you go to a pizza party and there's New Orleans out there, everyone loves New Orleans.
Everyone just loves pizza, dude.
Yes, for sure. But New Orleans, I think, is a topper tier.
I
don't think New Orleans is a top tier.
Can I just, Matt? This is what I think.
Okay,
was
go
Matt's
ahead,
theory.
Dunk.
None of us picked pizza
Yeah.
of
Yes.
any kind.
Yeah.
Matt picked pizza place.
Yep.
Yes.
He's thinking people will see
Yeah.
and remember how much they love pizza, and it won't necessarily be about the specific pizza place.
Yeah, and I
but
get-
it
I
will
get the
be,
reasoning.
I like pizza.
Yeah.
I will say, I've never had a New Orleans pizza that I didn't love. Like, I think for me...
What pizzas have you had that you don't love?
If prices wasn't a thing and I was at home right
Yeah,
now and,
hey.
and I could order something in
Yeah.
and it was pizza
Yeah.
and I didn't have to think about money at all,
Yeah.
New Orleans would be a top 2 probably.
Who was the other
I
one?
don't know, but New Orleans would be for sure up there. Like, it
love
might
that.
just be New Orleans.
It's tough. that Olympic Pizza just got a huge ricochet shot from Dunk there. Did you hear that?
No.
Well, Brady
said-
asked, "What pizza don't you like?"
I said, "What pizza have you had that you don't love?" And he goes, "Olympic."
Don't love. I will eat it.
Yeah, for sure
Yeah.
you'll eat it.
No, like, but then again, I've never tried like a Papa John's or something like that.
Little Caesar's better than New Orleans.
Again, not sure if I've ever tried
No,
Little Caesars.
Little
What?
Caesars
Hot
is
and
just,
ready?
It
No.
sits in a heat lamp.
When am I be picking up a hot and ready pizza in KW?
I don't know. Your
Never.
Your now wife lived in KW.
Yeah, well, we had Olympic.
Olympic
No, I
and
think we usually had Domino's, but
Domino's. Domino's better too.
maybe
Well,
maybe
okay.
a bit.
Either way,
Either way,
New Orleans
either way was
outrageous
a
pick.
great pick for the draft. Just pizza in general should have been like thought like, yep, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm voting for that.
Yeah,
one.
but if you're going fast food, like if you're thinking, what's my favorite fast food? I'm not going to pick. I'm probably going to go to A&W. I'm going to go to Don's. I'm going to go to Wendy's before I pick pizza.
okay, that one was probably
Pizza's a
already
part of
chose
the everyday.
before. Pizza still needed to be picked in that draft.
You picked New Orleans pizza in a draft that only had 9 picks,
Oh my gosh.
and that pour yourself another Johnny Walk.
Oh, you got all the draft stories saved here, so I can find them.
Okay, yeah, find a couple and read them out to us quick.
There's some. Here, I'll try and find.
Oh, the worst places to poo
Yeah,
draft.
that's the one I'm
That's a
looking at.
great one. I think I dominated that one.
You won with
Yeah.
58%. You had wedding
Rigged.
ceremony, new significant other's house.
Yeah,
At the time, I didn't really understand. Now,
yeah. Now that's a great pick.
yeah, and during church service, which I would poo during the like.
Yeah, that one's
Usually, church is nice, clean. You can just dip out
Yeah,
during a song.
But the only thing with that one is if you leave for an extended period of time during church to go to the
They know,
washroom, they know you shit,
but-
and the whole service
people-
knows you shit.
Yeah, but that's part of
It's-
life.
It's part of life.
Yeah.
Okay,
Part of life.
Matt.
Everyone
had,
poops.
Yeah, what did Matt have?
Girls poop too.
in public when the only available washroom is taken.
Yeah, that sucks.
Sporting events.
It does suck.
Yeah.
Sporting events always gross.
Well, yeah, but they're like, you can just, like, it's not embarrassing. A sporting event, you just go take a shit.
It's still a bad place to take a shit.
It is.
It's not the word. Like,
It is not.
I've done it many times.
And number 3 was outdoors with no access to a bathroom. So just go
Well,
to
yeah, that's
nature.
not great either. But there's no embarrassing factor because you
I
just
didn't know
get the
this
job
was
done.
just rip apart draft, Matt's draft for the final episode.
And then I had porta potties in the summer. If anyone's worked construction, they know how terrible that is.
Yeah.
In a traffic jam
Yeah,
and on a coach bus.
yeah.
So that's I don't know how I only got
Yeah, the
24%.
coach bus, there'll definitely be a few people near the back that could lose a little bit of respect.
and
Give us one more different draft that's on there. It's a good one. I think we had the best places, or like the best beers, like the best time for a beer draft at one point.
Really?
Do you remember that one?
You had best feelings. Oh, well, we did beer, TV shows, gas station snacks,
The
chips,
pepperette and the cheese.
Yes.
Chips.
restaurants, appetizers.
Okay, read one out to us. Pick one you like, and
Okay. Worst part about becoming an adult.
yeah, give us that. Give us that. And who won?
I won with 62%.
Wow.
I crushed this one.
And what were the other percents?
Matt had 21, and you lost with 17.
Ooh,
Classic.
not
So
class.
we'll see.
Yeah, okay.
Matt had metabolism / weight increase, grocery shopping.
Yep.
Everyone else is also aging around you. I remember this one, and we were kind of like,
Yeah.
and then busyness of adult life. That is relatable.
Whose is this? Mine?
Matt's.
Oh, Matt's.
Brady's is taxes, unexpected expenses, keeping a clean house, and learning to live with new people. Sorry, Jill.
Sorry, Jill.
Shout out to Jill.
Mine was monthly bills, consistent meal preparation, full-time work grind, and you have to figure everything out on your own.
Yeah,
And the audience loved that.
I guess so. The audience ate that one up. You won that.
I do think now, good time to call Eric Fither.
Sure.
He's got some stuff going on
Yeah,
shortly.
give him a ring.
Just
Oh, yeah.
Give
so
me your earphone.
Yeah, just so the listeners
call
know, Eric Fither, very loyal listener of the pod. Out of the 300, I think this is 309 for total episodes.
Crazy.
Fither's probably listened to, good chance, maybe all 309.
There's a good chance. We'll ask him.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
But yeah, he's first up on the guest today.
Yeah. He's ready? Oh, there we go.
Hello?
Good.
Chump, how's it going?
Good. Good. We're just going through some stuff here. Last episode.
I know. Matt had warned me of this call, and
Yeah.
it's a sad day, fellas.
It is a sad day.
It's a sad day. It's weird. Like we're having a great time recording it, but
Yeah.
at the same time, you know the end is near as we record, which will definitely be a tough moment. But
Yeah, so far it's just been arguments still, really.
yeah, yeah.
So just the usual then.
Just the usual. Matt just said this before you picked up the phone, that we've had roughly 309 episodes, somewhere between 300 and like
I
320.
believe our final will be 309.
309.
Yep.
Okay. So out
Wow.
of 309, how many realistic? Give us a number. How many do you think you've listened to out of that?
309. I'd say you could put me at 285.
Love it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You always seem to know, like every time we talk,
Yeah.
it seems like you got the scoop of what we talked about and
Yeah,
everything. And
there's just there's been a couple busy weeks where
Of course.
I made sure that I would not to be disloyal, but I made sure to make if I can only get one episode in for the week, I made sure to get the DSAB
Yep.
crossover
Yeah.
one with you guys
Yeah.
during football season. But there's the odd episode where I happen to miss it, and then weeks go by. But I always go back to the ones that I haven't. So I would say by the end of it, I'll be at I'll still be at the full 309.
Love that. Love that.
And not to be emotional here, Eric, but what has Chum meant to you over the last 4.5 years?
It's honest. It's quite honestly, it's been something I look forward to every week. Whether I'm setting a toilet shitter or roughing it in the house, I can turn on the episode and know that I'm going to get my mood's going to be up for a good 45 to an hour, and going to hear you guys bicker and
Yeah.
have an opinion. And no, it's been great, and like the dedication you guys have shown to it is quite phenomenal. Because I know probably going into it, you guys were like really jazzed and excited about it, and I'm sure there was those weeks where maybe you didn't want to, but you pushed through for the fans.
Lots of those
And
for
you-
sure.
And you had, you made sure to have those episodes weekly, which kept coming back.
Yep. Yep. We appreciate that. What's like the one most annoying thing when you're listening to the Chump, like that you're just like if you're driving, like punching the steering wheel, like I can't believe they said that again, or I can't believe they screwed up that word or that stat. Can you think of anything that's just like reoccurring throughout all episodes that you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they said that again?
Just sometimes the pronunciation
Yeah.
of his last name. Yari to be
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Matty Poole, for that. It is Tristan Jari.
Yeah. Always has been Jari too.
And with the addition of EK65, the Pens are going for one last run.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that was going to be a question at one point there. What are the thoughts as a Pens fan there? Obviously, super exciting. I wanted Carlson on the Leafs.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't going to make sense with how many guys they're paying way over $10 million.
Yeah.
But, as a Pens fan, though, it's got to be sweet to see that they're really going for it over the next 3-4 years. While guys like Crosby, Malkin, and Letang are still in the league. Expectations and just what are your thoughts on the Penguins?
Yeah, I mean, I love that dude. Like, I'm gonna say, I don't want this to be rubbing salt in the wounds, but I love
Too late.
I love getting Dubas. Like having Brian Burke and Hextall in there, like it was just two old guys who kind of
Yep.
had their systems and they weren't really willing to do anything kind of like this. And it's different that like it went from Malkin and Crosby, always the highest paid on the team, to all of a sudden now you got EK making 10 mil, and somehow in that situation we managed to dump 3.1 mil in salary cap, I believe.
Yeah, Dubas
But,
has always worked the salary cap.
But end of the day, like I know like they get ripped on at the average age of like the Penguins is like 32 and it's the oldest team in the league. But like, what do? You kind of got to go for it right now. Like
For sure.
you've got
Totally
one
agree.
or two more good years of Crosby and Malkin, and then they're gonna hang them up, and then you're gonna be bottom of the barrel for a while, and like that's okay. Like I've been spoiled to have 3 cups, and the expectation is at least 2 series wins this year, let alone make it to the playoffs. Like there's some scary teams. Like Buffalo's getting good. They were just about in.
Yep.
Florida wasn't in for a while, and now it seems like they're going to be a household name in the playoffs. So expectation is a couple playoff wins, but I guess we just got to get in first. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll turn on Dubas eventually too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily I like what he's done. I don't necessarily trust him, seeing as you said, you won't be seeing me here 1 week later with another team. If it's not Toronto, it's not anyone. And then a week later, he's literally with the Penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's how he is. But we appreciate all the listening over the year, because you were definitely one of the more loyals, and
And all the comments you had after the episodes
Yeah,
too. That's
there's-
the stuff we live for.
there was no better feeling for me than hearing somebody say something from an episode, like outside of like in a moment I wouldn't expect them to bring something up, or where I was like, oh, how do they even know that about me? And then I remembered that I said it on the pod and somebody heard it. Those are easily my favorite moments doing this pod. So I appreciate that you were one of those people.
Hey, no, honestly, being able to relate to you guys and having you guys both as buddies, and just like I don't know, even like just being able to relate to you guys when Brady's like, oh, there's no better feeling than scooping a ball at short and throwing some guy.
No better feeling.
Like, I was like, yes, that is literally my favorite thing. Like I love that.
Yeah.
No, it's been good, guys. I'm looking forward I'm excited for the fact that you guys aren't completely calling it quits, and that we're still gonna have you back for
some football
season.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
And
kudos to you guys for doing it as long as you did. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little upsetting that you guys are hanging up, but
that's
I
fair.
understand that everything's got to run its course at some point, right?
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
And big batch party coming up this weekend, so get ready for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's go.
Lay off the booze till
Yeah.
then.
yes, no, you gotta prime the liver.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. All right, Phil. Thanks again for everything.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
Thank you, boys. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, that's one of the longtime listeners that we appreciate, and there's lots of them.
Right from the start.
Yeah, there's lots of ones like that. We said Mike Elson White too, which appreciate the Johnny Walker. It's definitely calmed the nerves.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. When we first came in here, I was like, oh no, this is so different.
There's some bright lights in here, a few cameras.
Yeah.
So that's
We're,
nice.
we're looking good though, and I'm enjoying myself.
For sure.
Let's go.
For sure. That's
Yeah.
what we always do here.
Yeah, it is.
There's been lots of times, and Chump kind of turned into like, not to get real deep here, but if you're having a bad day or you're in a bad like mental state, which there's been lots of times in my life where like I'm not the most stable mentally, I wouldn't say. That shouldn't be the most shocking to people that know me, but Chump is just a place where I can come and like I could be grumpy coming into it, but then once we start recording, forget about all that and just talk about whatever we talk about, and I get to like for that hour, for whatever it is, I get to kind of escape whatever is going on the outside life, or that doesn't make sense.
No,
but
it does make sense, and I 1000% agree with that, because there's been times where we both came to the studio or wherever we've been recording. Maybe I haven't had the greatest attitude or the greatest mood, especially because we record on Mondays a lot too.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Mondays are a big grind sometimes, but every time we're recording, it's like all the outside stuff is just blocked out, and it's just the boys shooting shit.
You literally just forget about it, and then after you're done recording, you're like, oh yeah, it still is Monday.
Yeah.
And then usually one of us are like, oh shit, we gotta go. We went long, like we gotta rush somewhere. But yeah, it's I'm gonna miss that too, because it's just you get to just go talk about stuff that's not serious too.
Yeah,
and like
sure.
we did have some serious stuff mixed in, but it was nice to
we
just
had
like
those life questions
life
too.
questions.
That was kind of the segment we had.
Yeah, we got deeper at times.
Yeah,
but
no, that's what it's so, and especially for the listeners too, or whatever. It's just like when I listen to podcasts, I struggle following new ones just because I don't necessarily know anything about the person talking, or like anything about them.
Yeah, no, it's nice to get to know people.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we did well with that one.
For sure. Let's maybe give one more person a call here, or a couple more people a call.
Yep, while we're at it here.
We're gonna go with Adam Brown here. I'll give him a ring. Dunk, the numbers are good, or the volume's good.
Yep.
Love it.
UT1.
Wrong Adam Brown.
Could you pass the Johnny Walker?
Oh yes,
Yes, sir.
of course.
Hello.
Hey, you're live.
Hey, I'm live.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't give you much notice.
No, that's all right.
I'm
out for a bike ride.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Well, we won't keep you long.
Beautiful.
This is your first official appearance on Chump, isn't it?
Really?
I think so. Apart from one of the first original episodes back with your bachelor party,
Oh yeah.
I had a
right.
brief-
Right.
Yes.
a brief interview that might have been all of 40 seconds. And I think you asked me a soccer question.
We recorded
good.
that in the bedroom.
Yeah, we
at the
recorded that
cottage.
at the bachelor party.
Yeah.
Everyone there. That was a
That's
blast.
right.
I kind of
totally
forgot
about that.
Yeah, we would have had lots of people would have got on that one then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Quickly, Adam, just two questions about Chump. One, what's been like the most frustrating thing hearing us say, like, because you've been loyal right from the start, so you've heard us in all our different like ways we've done Chump. We've had guests, we haven't had guests, we've done this. What's been like the one thing that you just are always annoyed when you hear us say? And then what's like, give us like one good thing too.
Okay, man, I don't have a specific, but the amount of times that I have like hit my steering wheel and screamed out the proper enunciation
That's
of a
such
word
common
as I
theme.
screwed up
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
Listening to you guys try and figure out vocabulary is just
yeah,
painful.
yeah,
But man, I love it.
yeah.
Because I truly think that you guys have learned more words in the last 5 years than you ever learned in your 12 years.
It's
One-
quite possible.
1,000%. Yeah.
And I would argue also your knowledge of geography and your trip around the world would also
Yeah.
qualify for
Yeah, we
an
just-
education.
We just headed to Ecuador, actually. We spun the globe one last time before.
Oh,
we
did
go-
you? You
yeah.
spun the globe.
Yeah,
No,
we're
I've been to
just-
Ecuador.
We're
Yeah.
sweating our balls off on the equator here.
Yeah, we're hot.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
like the only place I've been outside of North America. So you hit it right there.
Do you know the population?
So do I know the population of Ecuador?
Yeah, we asked Dunk, and what did you guess?
I guess 7 to 10, which, by the way, I was wrong.
By a
It's-
lot.
What's the capital of Ecuador? Is it Guayaquil? Or no?
I
Maybe
don't-
not.
I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know.
not going to know the answer.
That's-
to
We
that
didn't
one.
get that far.
Yeah,
That's
no.
all right.
We
No, we
need
didn't
I
an
don't
inside
know.
scoop for that type of
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
What are they? Like 10 million?
It's
Maybe more?
17.
17 mil.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. Dunk
Okay.
was Dunk was almost 10 million
Wow.
off.
Yeah.
You don't see that too often.
No, so that's the one thing, you guys have been on my commute to and from work every week when
Yep.
that episode drops. But some of the good stuff, oh man, there's a lot. I was thinking back, you guys have had just the most ridiculous guests. You've had a guy from friggin' eating contest on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
Jeff
way
Esper.
to like Sportsnet panelist Cassie Campbell, and then
Yep.
musicians, and it's been a good spread to say the least. It's kept me interested. Also, I think one of the things that I've enjoyed most is learning more about your friendship, Matt and Brady, and not to get all sentimental, but Matt, I didn't know you a whole lot, and Brady I've known, but watching you two guys just bicker at each other is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
But then to have the deep kind of brotherly moments has been good too.
Yeah.
That's been special. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Yeah,
That is great.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's great.
And I want to say thank you too, because every time, we don't run into each other all the time, but whenever we do, you're always saying stuff to me that you heard on the episode or whatever. And we've already said this on the episode, but those are the type of things that you just love to hear when your episode's getting out there and people listening to it and coming back to you with feedback or just talking more about the stuff that we were talking about. So
Yeah.
thank you for those conversations.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I'm gonna miss it truly.
Yeah.
I'm going to, and you guys too. You've got lots of knowledge. I know your podcast bio says that all of your opinions are relevant, and a lot of them are to be true.
Yeah.
But you guys know your stuff too. I was impressed when you guys, especially one of the games you played the game. Where did you finish?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Or where did
we're
he-
not bad at that.
No.
No, I was like, holy smokes! Like these guys really know their stuff, and you're dating back some some old players.
For sure.
I would not be
Yeah.
even remotely close to picking right on those.
Yeah.
Only because of
Especially when
hockey
you get-
cards.
Yeah, hockey cards and
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Those two things
Yeah.
help. And just watching every Leaf game growing up too.
That
helps
helps
No,
too
that's
as well. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
But
yeah. I'm excited. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say thank you. Thanks for always being a loyal listener, because we said it too. Last one we called too. It's just awesome hearing people talk about the podcast at times where we wouldn't expect it. So we appreciate you always doing that.
Of course. Well, I'm sad to see it come to an end, but I'm happy to say I was a part of it and got to listen to it. So thank you.
Yeah.
As always, it's been surreal, Maddie.
Yeah. That was another thing I wanted to say before you leave. That shirt I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing
Oh,
will
man.
last forever. I love that. And
Yeah.
I do remember every time I would say it in an episode, I'd be like, man, I really do say that every episode.
Yeah. Every.
but it wasn't because I was just saying it
Yeah.
for the shits. It's just how I felt in the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
it
No,
was
but it's
sweet
so
to have
true.
People on.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
yeah.
Oh man, no, it's good.
All right.
Well, thanks for having me on.
No problem. We'll let you get back to your bike ride.
Sounds good. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, you
too.
Enjoy the
Thanks,
last
Adam.
one.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, man.
That's what it's all about.
It's surreal, eh?
Surreal.
That's a funny one. Do you remember that, Dunk?
Yeah, I do actually. As soon as he said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt would. You would say it with guests sometimes, but then always after too.
Yeah.
In the outro, you're like,
it's a cool word.
it is
you
a cool
know?
word for
It
sure.
is.
For sure. That's probably one you never said before the pod. Surreal.
No, probably never.
Was there anything
really.
in your life that was too surreal before?
No. It was all just, there.
Yeah. I think we're maybe gonna have to cut a few of the calls shorter, or like cut a few of them off, because we got lots of stuff to get to. But
Yeah.
I was gonna call Luke Brown, who's Adam's brother too, and Luke also has been a day one listener, and
Yeah.
he'll be one to text about the show right away, or say something, or always talk to us in person. Another person we really appreciate, it was him doing that, and then Dylan Leibold, of course, too.
Yeah.
Dylan Leibold, who we got to spend a couple minutes on him,
Yep.
because he was our only ever employee that we actually paid.
That's true. We actually were paying him physical money.
But if the labor, what's the labor?
Labor and
The
something
Ministry of
agreement.
Labor?
Ministry of Labor. Yeah, if they
Right.
came hunting for us,
Yeah.
No, the CRA.
we weren't paying him minimum wage, is what I'm trying to get at. So
Okay.
whoever hunts for
Well,
that,
the CRA
No.
would have issues too.
yeah, well, and basically anybody, we weren't paying him good wage, but we
No.
were giving him actual money
Yeah.
to help us out with stuff, and basically he ran our email.
Yeah.
He
And our Instagram.
he ran our Instagram.
Yeah.
He reached out to a bunch of guests for us. If I ever thought of somebody, I'd be like, Leaves, this person, write out a message. And he'd write out
Yeah.
this big, long message. And we got a lot of guests through that.
And he had played with a bunch of guys too that we had on.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
yeah,
So
Dylan was a big part of a lot of
and
things.
then and one thing he wanted us to talk about today too, which is a funny episode. We were recording one in your mom's old house, which is now your house.
Yes.
And as we were like halfway through recording, all of a sudden it was power tools, right?
Yes. Yeah. Carlos, my mom's partner, was working away upstairs.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what he was doing. I think he was in a bedroom or
I
something.
think it was a hammer.
Yeah, but there was just like a consistent like
Yeah.
pound.
Yeah.
And we're like, holy, like we can't record with this.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna hear it on the episode.
Yeah. So we hopped in my Escape.
Yeah.
Or was it his Escape?
I think it was Dylan's Escape. I think.
Yeah, we hopped in Dylan's Escape and we went to the Wellesley Arena parking lot at probably like 9 o'clock on like a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And we just sat in his Escape and we recorded an episode in there. So that's one he always brings up, which is hilarious.
It is.
that
Yeah.
we did that. But he came on countless times. He was probably,
Yeah, Dylan came on a lot.
as far as guests go, other than like Segs and D-Sabs, obviously.
Yeah.
I think he
he could be number one.
could be number one on that.
Yeah.
On that. So
We had him
Dylan,
on for a lot of hockey stuff. Too.
yeah, Dylan meant a lot to this podcast and means a lot to us too.
Yes.
And we appreciate everything he did.
No, Dylan was a huge part of everything.
Massive.
Can't say enough about Dylan.
No,
He was
certainly not.
very helpful for the boys.
Yep,
And
always bought the merch. I think we even gave him some free merch. That was huge of
yeah,
us.
I think
Shout
that was
out
probably
us.
part of the employee agreement.
Yeah, I think it was. I think he got like 50% off on one siblings.
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
We had a funny that contract would be funny to find.
Yeah.
I wonder if he has that or if we have that somewhere. Might be in
Yeah.
our little book back here, but that if we could find that contract because we had it written out.
Yeah,
and
we
he,
did.
He signed it and everything. It was,
No.
Dylan Liebold, massive part of Chump Talk.
Yep, and our Instagram post too, he had him looking great for the guest.
Yep.
Again, that was something that we weren't really capable of doing, but
Yep.
Dylan Lee, massive guest, massive part of Chump Talk. Thank
Yep.
you, Dylan. You were very helpful for the boys.
Yeah, while we're on the topic of people helping us out, Ryan Deemert was another one that helped us get going with TikTok that we fizzled out with in TikTok in about 2 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
Because I just had no desire to help with. He was gonna help get it set up, and then we were gonna take over. But I was just like, I can't deal with TikTok,
Yeah.
so it never happened. But Ryan Deemert is another guy that's listened to almost everything. I think like
Yeah, so now that was like someone that I didn't really realize
Yeah.
was listening like through
Yeah.
the entire time too.
yeah,
And
because there was
thank you, Ryan.
he sent a clip after the last episode of like when you were like people's jaws are just probably on the floor right now, which you're kind of joking.
Yeah.
But he sent that was actually him. So
Yeah,
that's
so it was true then.
yeah, that's a
Some jaws were dropped.
for sure. That's another one. And Zach Barrage too helped us out with a lot of shit.
Yes.
We have always been done with technology,
Yep.
continue to be done with technology,
Yep.
and he had always helped us out with a lot of those questions and what mics to buy. So he was a big part of Chump too.
Yep.
Not that we're gonna just go through the whole
No,
list
but
here,
going back
but
to the start, our boy, Peter
Giesbrick,
Giesberg,
number one sponsor.
influential to get us even
Yeah.
going. He was the person that got us on Spotify, Apple, whatever platform you listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
That was something we weren't really able to figure out. Peter was our guy for
Yeah,
that.
he got us our
509
mics and
Tech
everything.
Services.
Big shout out to them.
Yeah, he's
But-
got his own store now too.
In
am I
Elmira,
right?
yeah, he hasn't been a sponsor since he got the store, but we're gonna try to get back on with him with the football. But yeah, he's got his own store in Elmira. It's close to the Chinese food place. I think it's called Walk and Roll.
Mm.
I think.
Yeah, it sounds like a place that could be.
Yeah, it's in the plaza by Martin Small Engine too. That's what I also know is over there. But if
Yeah.
you're in Elmira and you need your phone fixed, 509 Tech Services always has you.
Yep.
Always has you covered.
I'm actually
for,
getting a new battery sometime soon.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm-
I struggle.
Yeah,
with my
I need to
battery.
get this thing cleaned out and probably get a new
yeah.
battery too. So I'm going back to 509 Tech too. But a big shout out to him. What else do we want to get to here? I want to talk about our guests a little bit.
Yep.
Why don't you talk about a couple guests while I go take a piss?
Really?
Yeah, it had to
I knew that
happen
was gonna
eventually.
happen. I'm not gonna lie. I felt the urge to piss over probably the last 10 minutes or so.
Sure.
But guess who stayed strong?
Yeah, well,
And I
you know,
will stay strong to the end of the episode. I just will say that now. But and I have had to pee for that at least the last 10
Yeah.
minutes.
it happens.
It does happen. How's your bladder situation?
I'll be fine, but
Yeah, you could pee though too.
if I wasn't recording right now, I'd probably go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so chump guests, let's look at those for a second. We already talked about a couple of them. Danny Liebold being our first one.
Yeah.
Boyd Devereaux being our first one in person. He actually drove from Cambridge, I believe it was, to Elmira. And that's where we had a 2-part episode there. I think going back and looking back at everything, the Boyd Devereaux, for me, potentially my favorite episodes out there, just because of what it was at the time. And I don't know, it was just being in person with Boyd was definitely surreal.
I remember how nervous you guys were for that.
Yes. Oh, I remember we were just not pantsing,
Pacing.
trotting.
Yeah.
No, would you say? Pacing.
Pacing.
Yes,
Pantsing.
around.
Did you say pantsing?
No, I don't know what
I think that's what you said. I remember when Boyd came, he parked down the street a little bit, and we
Yeah.
were like peeking out from the curtains.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's
and
him.
he's probably just like looking at us like, who
Yeah.
are these creepy weirdos?
And then I think like I just panicked when he came in, and first thing I was like, "You want a beer, Boyd?"
yeah,
And he took one.
Yeah, he did.
We had some beers there for him, but
No, but I think that might be like the all-time favorite for me in regards to episodes being recorded. Like, obviously we were super nervous at the start, but
Yeah.
but like after about 10 minutes of it, it was just sweet to feel comfortable with Boyd and just be able to ask him all the questions we had for him and everything.
Yeah.
Another bigger guest that kind of got us started with the OHL. We had, it could be 30, 40 OHL guys on total. By
oh,
the
for
end of it
sure,
all.
yeah.
Our first guy though that got started for us, former relief prospect, Callie.
Is he former?
I'm pretty sure he's moved on quite a bit. Yeah. Like, I don't think he's the North America thing is
No.
overly in the scope anymore.
Didn't quite. He was a 7th-round draft pick for the Leafs, I think.
He was a 7th-round draft pick
Yeah,
for the Leafs,
but-
but playing with the Sudbury Wolves at the time.
Yeah.
Callie Lopinen.
Yeah.
Definitely opened some doors for us as well, I would
sure.
say, in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, huge shout out to Callie.
I would say-
probably never listened, but
Yeah, no.
But shout out to
yeah,
Callie.
he's in Finland somewhere. But I would say, like, as far as the Sportsnet goes, and just like big names that were like fun interviews.
Yeah.
Dalton Pompey's up there too. Dalton
Yes.
Pompey, like, as far as guests that we had on that I remember watching on TV and like actually like cheering hard for,
That
the
one,
2015
yeah.
play, we got to talk about like Batista's bat flip with him.
Yes, I know.
And that game where
Like,
he came in,
wild stuff.
he came in and stole second and stole third.
Yeah.
Jays couldn't end up getting him in, which
Yeah.
hurts still to this day against Kansas City. But
A confirmed police officer in Hamilton now,
yep,
too.
yep. Shout out Hamilton. You'll be safe with him.
Yeah.
And then Brett Kissel.
Brett Kissel,
was
that
awesome.
yeah.
We still are waiting for a free concert. We were planning on going.
We did have a
had
date
it.
set.
Yeah.
We were, like, I emailed the video to the...
We were all set.
To his guy.
Yeah.
We were all set.
Yeah.
And then it got canceled.
Our tickets were there, and it got canceled the day before because I think he lost his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to get to Brett Kissel at some
I
point.
mean, we still got the video.
yeah, keep
so-
the video.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to know we're done.
No.
He'll
no.
still let us go. And then JJ Hunter, who has become a friend.
He has become a friend.
For
we
sure.
message him on a... Not a regular basis, but...
I do on a decently regular basis, 'cause usually
Like,
talking trades.
I usually... Yeah, I was going to say, I usually message him on the Yahoo Fantasy app, but...
Yeah, he's been in our fantasy baseball league ever since we had him on. He's on the Hunter Brothers.
Yep.
If you're familiar with that band, the country band, we're going to meet him in November.
Yes,
Which will be a blast.
Waterloo.
Yeah, in Waterloo.
Yep.
He's coming, so that'll be great to meet him. But that was a fun one.
Yeah.
Martin Brion,
Martin Brion.
awesome guy,
yes.
just the best guy. Yeah, I remember asking him like something along the lines of why do you do something like this? Like why do you do why do you come on our episode? You don't have to do that. Like
Yeah.
and he's like, well, I remember when I was starting like in just anything. If somebody would help me out, that was huge. So I
Yeah.
like to do that for other people. So he's just a salt of the earth guy.
Play-by-play for Buffalo now, I
Yeah,
believe?
yeah. I think sometimes on the radio. I think more of an analyst than maybe play by
Yeah, I
play
think
too.
he stepped away from TSN a little bit.
Yeah,
since,
yeah. He's with Buffalo for sure.
yeah.
Cassie Campbell,
Cassie
massive.
Campbell.
Canadian legend.
Canadian, like, in regards to just, like, the spectrum of, like, Canadian legacy, like, oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
yeah.
To have Cassie Campbell on.
Oh yeah.
You can't get many bigger names in women's hockey than...
No.
That might be the name.
Her and Haley Wickenheiser
Yes,
are the two.
I agree.
I would say,
Poulin
and like
now.
our and now her.
Yeah.
Those are like the three in our era.
Yeah,
I would
and-
say.
yeah.
And we got to talk to her, and she's obviously with Sportsnet. I think still
Yep.
maybe, but she was doing some stuff in Calgary because her husband is I think assistant GM there.
Yeah, I think she's primarily doing Calgary.
Yeah, I
like,
think she lives out
stuff,
there. But yeah, that was
But she is on
awesome.
Sportsnet too every now and
Anthony
then.
Stewart, JD Bunkus, Ben Ennis, all guys we've like you can hear on the radio now.
Yeah, well, we're on our Sportsnet people there. Sean McKenzie,
Sean McKenzie, that was fun.
Donovan Bennett, Anthony Stewart.
Yeah, we talked wine with Sean McKenzie.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Donovan Bennett was fun.
Yeah.
Lots of fun guests.
Do you want me to go through the list of kind of the bigger names?
Sure, just rattle them off quick.
Yep. Besides the one we've already said, Jay Rosehill,
Yeah.
ex-NHLer, Luke Gazdick, NHLer, Justin Pogge, bit of a Leaf legend in a way, World Junior legend,
Yeah,
Travis Turnbull, Eliza Sherbatov, Jason Atkinson,
who I got to meet in Germany.
yep, Jeff Esper, professional leader, Steve Spott,
Yes.
with the Boar in Dallas
Yep.
currently.
Yep. Assistant coach
Was
down.
with Vegas at the time. Hunter Jones, Dennis Weidman, Mike McKenzie, Rangers GM there.
Yep.
Ike Howard, big upcoming prospect for the
number one prospect in Tampa Bay
for
system right
Tampa
now.
Bay. Yeah,
That's the thing about all the. This is great. Thanks, Dunk. As
great
all
bottle
the
service.
all the OHL, CHL, and some NCAA guys like Ike.
yeah.
All those guys. There's going to be a wave of chump guests coming to the NHL real soon.
Dude, do you remember when we watched the U18?
Yeah.
Like there was like six.
It was like,
guys
wow,
on the
that
roster.
guy.
Yes.
Brant Clark.
It was amazing.
Brant Clark
Brant
played
Clark-
in the NHL last year already.
Brant Clark could low key be like a big up and coming Canadian defenseman.
Norris guy someday maybe.
There's potential for
He's
it.
a big time offensive D. He played a handful of games with LA last year.
Yep, we do have the LA banner hanging in here.
Yeah, shout out.
2014 last year.
Yeah, no cameras can see it.
We could see a Brant Clark adding to that one
Yeah.
day. You never know.
Yeah,
you never
no,
know.
it wouldn't be our first chump to win the cup. Boyd Devereaux's got that.
Nope. Nick Spalling.
Yep.
Boris Kachuk. And also another favorite for this last one we have on our list here. Many others, by the way. But Ben Finelli.
Yeah, of course.
Just
of course.
what he went through with the Rangers and
Yep.
everything. And
It's cool to hear
what he's
that
doing
firsthand.
now was one of the coolest ones for sure that we've
Yeah,
done too.
I remember that was an early morning one. We had a coffee going. We talked.
Yes, then your parents'
and,
attic there.
yeah. I think that was the day we pounded out a bunch.
Could have been.
Yeah,
Very
could have been. Could have
yeah.
been. And maybe and
And
sure.
then there's Staley Otter, our CHL champs,
Of course.
obviously.
And Sherby, of course, is the fan favorite of all people we've had on. He's still people will ask me about him because just the stories. His life is literally a book, which
It is a book. My Left Skate.
there we can actually do some advertising for Sherby here.
Yeah, get that on cam.
Get this book, everybody. It's a short read. If I got through it, you can get through it too.
That's true.
It's a great. He was literally in Ukraine when the war started. So that part obviously is sad at the end, and he talks about all that. But his life leading up to that is just nuts. And Sherbatov, hopefully, we were supposed to call him earlier in this, but hopefully we can get him soon. He said we can maybe call him sometime after 7. So once we're close to signing off, we can do that.
Get him on for a quick word.
One thing we need to get to here is the ladies, our ladies.
Yes. Yes, very.
Massive. So I wasn't married when we started. You didn't even know Taylor,
No, I didn't even know
which
Taylor.
that's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
That
You
is
weren't
wild.
married when we started.
No, I February 1st, 2019. I got married in June.
Oh
Yeah.
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 I do remember even at your wedding. I can't remember who said it. Who was doing the
MC.
Yeah, no, at the ceremony.
Adam Hockley.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Adam Hockley.
Yeah.
I remember he had podcasting
Oh yeah.
in his speech when he was talking about you. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
like in.
Do you remember? I remember we spray painted your escape.
Oh, yeah.
at Chump Talk, and then you drove it to work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we
We
did
smashed
other
that
things.
escape.
Yeah.
But the ladies though.
Yeah.
So
yes,
as I
yes.
said, you didn't know Taylor, and I wasn't married. But
No.
obviously, when you get in, I was in a committed relationship and then a marriage.
Yeah.
It obviously takes some sacrifice from the girls for us to be able to do this too.
Definitely.
And we definitely couldn't have done it without them.
No.
There was definitely times where they maybe didn't want us to like,
Yeah, there was probably times where they wanted to see their man Monday after work or whatever. Or,
but they always supported us doing it.
yeah, every time.
And we can't thank them enough for that because we couldn't have done it without them.
No, totally agree.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. There's so many things to say about them, but
Yeah.
Jill and Taylor.
Well, I always
thank you for everything.
I always gave Jill shit because she didn't listen. I was like, just the odd time,
Yeah,
throw it on
yeah.
and listen. But looking at it now from a, some fresh eyes, some clear perspective.
Yeah.
Why would she want, like, she hears me talk all like too much as it is.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah. Like I don't stop talking. Why would she want to listen to me anymore? Like, no offense to her, if she had a podcast, I probably wouldn't want to necessarily listen to that.
Yeah.
So I feel bad that I wanted her to listen at times.
But she was getting us the downloads on her phone.
Of course, she always did that, and she helped out with social media. She helped out with merch when we got it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everything she did, and I can't thank her enough for it too.
No. Oh, the women are a special part of it.
They are, and it's we got to adopt Taylor in the Chump family.
Yeah.
When
she
came
was a
around.
later addition.
Yeah.
I guess that would have been probably just over
When
a
did
year
you guys
and a few
start dating?
early 20, like March or April of 2020. Yeah, 2020.
You don't remember?
No, well, just if you just let me process things for a second.
Yeah.
We started hanging out. No, it wasn't March. It was the other end. May. Yeah. So
It was the other M.
so it was probably a year and 4 months into Chump. So
Yeah.
I guess she's been around for obviously over the last 3+ years.
For sure.
She's only known you with Chump Talk.
True.
Yes, she's only known me as a Chump.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm a Chump forever.
Yeah,
so
you're
that's
always
also-
once a Chump, always
Yeah,
a Chump.
exactly. It's
yeah.
literally on our board.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you want to quickly go through a few other thank yous? on here?
Shout out to Kirsty too.
Yeah. Shout out to Kirsty.
Yeah.
Dunk's new lady.
She's only known me as a Chump.
Yeah, for sure. Has she?
Yeah.
Has she?
That's all she'll ever know you as. Same thing with me.
Well, yeah.
Has she listened to any, and will she listen to this one? Do you think?
Don't think she's listened to any. Be very shocked if she listens to this one, and if she does, to make it an hour and 15 in, I'm impressed.
Thank you, Kirsty.
Yeah. If you're listening right now, thank you, Kirsty.
Thank you for giving us your man on Monday nights.
Yeah. Thanks.
Her brother and brother-in-law said they were going to listen, so
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
hey,
huge.
Nick and Isaac.
Shout out to them. Yeah, a few other thank yous, but I think it is safe to say girls number one thank you
Yep,
for this.
Definitely.
But yeah, rip through a couple.
Yep. Sags, DSABs.
Yeah, of course.
Again, football will be starting soon. We started something special with those boys. I'm looking forward to continuing what we got going on with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the football. Yeah, we can't wait for that to get started. And
Yeah.
we'll be back on there in a few weeks. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to that
Yeah.
getting going again. And
Yeah. Lucas Shantz is another longtime listener. I think he actually, maybe not a longtime listener, but just recently, and he's in his tractor in the summer and just listening, and he's just one that gives us feedback too.
Yep.
And just like tells us something he heard or tweets out just a few things, and we just like you just appreciate things like that.
Definitely.
And he gave us a little shout out at the end too. Chuck from Chuck's Corner, of course.
Chuck from Chuck's Corner.
Chuck says, so I talked to him about this again last night. He doesn't like listening because he feels like, so we're talking to Chuck almost all day, every day in our group chat.
Yes.
We have
the group chat is going 24/7 essentially.
we have a group chat, me, Chuck, and Matt, and
Okay.
it's basically nonstop.
Yeah.
So he tells me, because I always ask him, like, why don't you listen? Like, why do you never want to listen? And he gives it the downloads, and when we had guests, he would repost for us. So he's always supporting.
Yeah.
But he said why he doesn't listen is because he feels like he's missing out, which is
Really?
fair enough. Fair enough. And he says he gets sad when we're talking about like deep things and he's not a part of it. So
Yeah.
so I definitely understand that. Even when at times I tell him, I'm like man, I just wish he would listen. I understand why he doesn't, and he's always a big supporter of Chump. So
Yeah.
we love Chuck, and
We do love Chuck.
And Chuck's Corner was a hit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
A lot of people
Brought me back to the Don Cherry days.
Yeah, he basically
Coach's
was Don.
Corner, baby.
Yeah. We love Chuck, always will love Chuck.
Another name on here, we got Jaden.
Yes.
Jaden Weber.
Yes.
Massive help at the studio.
Just look around.
Everything everyone sees on camera today.
Yeah.
Besides the stuff that are on the walls, everything
Yeah.
else was hugely done by Jaden.
This might not be the most shocking thing for a lot of people, but we're not the most handy guys out there.
No.
We both work in the trade, so we get the job done. We keep pounding.
Yeah.
But, as far as natural handiness, certainly
it wasn't
not
our
me.
forte.
It's certainly not my forte. It's yours a little more than me, for sure.
Maybe in recent years, but
Yeah.
but when we were up and coming, and like when we were, especially in our younger days,
Yeah.
I don't think our dad, like, no one really was like,
Yeah.
like my dad would do like the more
Yeah.
whatever things with Ty and
Manly
and then I'd be
things.
doing the sports
Yeah,
things. and
exactly.
it was the exact same with
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think by
We know
age,
our way
I
around
think
the-
by
the
like
hammer and
age
whatever.
12, Dunk was teaching my dad things about
Yeah.
about most things around the
Yeah.
house. And speaking of which, we need. To finish on Jaden though, the studio is huge thanks to him.
yes, I love it. Everything about it.
And the colors and everything, I wouldn't have thought to do that, but he
Yeah.
just made it look awesome. And this is just like cheap brick paneling.
Yeah, you
I've
never
actually
know.
had people that say from pictures it looks like real brick.
It does,
and
dude.
it kind of does.
It
No,
does.
it looks good.
But it's just like it's like a $40 sheet. It's like a 4x8 sheet
Yeah.
that we just nailed to the wall and then painted, and it looks awesome.
It does.
And I never would have thought to do that.
No.
So shout out to Jaden.
Massive part of what we have going on now.
And while we're on Jaden, his fiance, my sister-in-law Leah,
Yep.
gave us our logo
Yes.
at the start.
Yep.
So shout out to Leah, and
Shout out to
she's
Leah.
always been a supporter of Chump too.
Definitely.
She'll
100%.
get the merch, and she'll always ask me about it. So she's always been a big supporter. Another one we need to get to before we get too far and forget, because this would be a tragic one to forget, is our parents.
Yeah.
I'll start with Greg and Laura, because Greg and Laura probably listened to more episodes than I would have wanted them to. Looking back at some of the things I've
We've
said,
said a lot of dumb stuff.
a lot of dumb stuff, and it's not like, I never get too wild with anything I say.
No.
We do contain ourselves, believe it or not.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We don't even cuss that much.
No.
Which
What?
sometimes I've
Matt's
Sometimes what?
Matt's had some flare-ups.
in a flare up
I'm
sometimes.
thinking of one in particular.
Which one? There's lots where sometimes you just forget all words other than some.
Matt told Brady to eat something one time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was on the
where I
pod.
walked away and I was like, depending on who listened to that, I just hope that a certain couple people didn't.
Yeah, and I'm sure my parents were the ones that did.
Yeah, no, knowing my odds, I'm almost
Yeah.
certain the people didn't want to heard those ones, but
And mom and dad, I'm not always the best at being sappy and emotional. Dunk's better at that with them, believe it or not.
Well, I'm not that great.
Well, you're better at like giving hugs, and you're more of mama's boy and stuff. And I've never been.
Yeah, that's tough. Nice.
Well, you are. That's just a fact.
well, someone's got to be.
Yeah, for sure. I've never been great at that, but I can't thank them enough for all the support they've given to Chump.
Yeah.
A lot of episodes recorded in that house.
A lot of episodes recorded in that house. They helped
They
out
probably gave us meals after every one.
for sure. Gerber Auctions was our first sponsor,
Yes,
and they
I
had
ate a lot of supper meals at your place when we were recording.
yeah, and long before that. I mean, just
Yeah, that's
and
true.
vice versa for you at your place, or for me at your place too. But Gerber Auctions was the first sponsor. Gerber Auctions had no business being a sponsor of a podcast.
Yeah, it was purely out of the goodness of his heart.
Yeah, and we needed a laptop off the start, and he helped out a lot with that, or
Yeah.
they did, and Gerber Auctions did. So mom and dad appreciate everything you guys did for us, and yeah.
Yeah, no, and again, same to my parents. They've asked me lots of questions about it over the years. I know all of them have listened to it at points. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how much, but
Yeah.
I know they've all listened, and I can't thank them enough for just being supportive of everything and continuing to listen and buy all the merchandise that we have out.
Yeah.
Carlos too made us some stickers.
Yes,
My mom's
yes,
partner there,
true.
and just the things like that. When you see like the small gestures like that,
Yeah.
it obviously goes a long way.
And one thing I just thought of with Paul
yeah,
is without Paul's love of Pierre Engvald, we
Yes,
we got a lot
yeah.
of content from just being able to talk about Pierre Engvald.
That's true.
Which is still crazy. And Paul, if you're listening, it's still insane that Pierre Engvald was your favorite player.
yeah. No, the last two favorites, Keith Ollie and Pierre Engvall.
Which
So
is just
the-
a wild two people to like
It
if you're a
says a
Leaf
lot.
fan.
It says a lot for
Yeah,
sure.
you could talk about Matt Sundin and Darcy Tucker instead you're talking about Keith Ollie and Pierre Engvald.
Yep.
But yeah, Paulie piece of
And then to get onto our siblings as well.
yes.
I'll quick start. and you
The
can
two
give
that aren't
yours.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the two that aren't here, obviously producer Dunk, but my brother Tyler obviously has been on the episode
course,
numerous
Lloyd.
times.
The first time.
Yeah, the first time, yeah. Again,
Inaugural.
one of the people to help get it going in a way too. Thanks to Lloyd. He's been on many times. I wouldn't say loyal listener, but but that's okay. He's got us downloaded.
Yep.
He gets us the downloads and whatever. So
And he's just
Thank
always
you,
there.
Lloyd.
He's just always there if we need him for a draft or
he
something.
is.
too.
He'll be
Yeah.
there for anything.
Yeah.
You can call him last minute and he'll
Yeah.
be ready to go with anything.
For sure. And then little Buzz, of course. She was always there's something on a couple things on the wall that she designed too.
Yeah.
And she would always tell her friends about Chump Talk too, and she would be like, "Oh, I got you few followers on Instagram," and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I love little Buzz for that. I'd again be shocked if she's listening by. Where are we at now, Dunk?
An hour 23.
Yeah, we're in it.
Yeah, we're sailing along.
Finish off with some thank you. Sean Boys helped us a lot in different ways and always also been a loyal listener. So shout out Sean. Marcus, our golf analyst.
Yeah.
We can't thank Marcus enough for giving us some golf knowledge because we were not into golf at the start,
No.
and still we are now. But
We
we're
still are, but Marcus still.
but he knows his
much
shit.
more.
Yeah, and we can actually ask him some golf questions. So Marcus was always fun to have on,
Yep,
and
thank you, Marcus.
and then PK Sports helped us out with a lot of merch in the day too.
Yep,
so
they got us going. And
shout out to PK, and then of course Bird Media, who
Bird
is
Media for the video that
yeah.
everyone's
The reason I
seeing
hope
right
we
now.
look decent. Do you
Should
think
we
we
all,
look
should we
decent?
all wave at the camera quick? Just
Yeah.
to,
Hey.
yeah. It's weird. Like
yeah.
I haven't really been looking at them
Yeah.
at all. I've just been
Yeah.
I've been keeping that in my mind, but they're there
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I keep putting my leg up,
Yeah,
and I'm
you
worried
keep,
about.
clotheslining me
well,
with
why
my
don't you just
cord.
put this over here?
Over where?
Oh, now we're real stuck.
Okay, well, just try not to pull off my head again.
It wouldn't be a jump episode without some technical difficulties. So I'm actually shocked we've made it this far.
we're
Technical
sailing along.
difficulties
We're
could be a top 10 word for us.
Oh yeah, that surreal.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
probably
For sure. Yeah.
Probably number one.
And we
Yeah.
both say you know a lot. Yeah. Some stats to finish off here.
Yes.
Yeah, let's hear some stats.
Okay, so Chump Talk over the 4.5 years, we've got just under 45,000 all-time downloads.
Yeah.
That's just downloads.
45,000.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's 4.5 years.
Yeah.
You put that in perspective, we're at over 10,000 per year.
That's a lot
Average.
of people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Does it
Some
say,
obviously can be the same people.
Do we got like minutes listened or anything?
Don't
of
have
that?
that.
Nothing like that.
We didn't pay for the premium
That's got to
pod.
be in the millions though.
Yeah, you would
You
think.
think
Yeah,
45,000
yeah.
times
Here-
40 minutes?
I'll go
Yeah.
through the 4 full years we had of Chump with the downloads. So
Sure.
in 2019 we had 3,200.
Okay.
3,200.
Yep.
2020. Listen to this jump. So we go from 3,200 to 14,500
Oh, wow.
in
That was a big
2020.
year.
That was a big year.
That was a massive year.
That was COVID.
COVID, yeah.
COVID and putting out more
know,
episodes.
You wonder how, like, people being at home and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that definitely
People had more time
helped
to
propel us in
listen.
many ways,
For sure. For sure. And then 2021, 13,000. And 2022, 9,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 2023, we assume would take a little bit of a hit.
Yeah.
We're
Again,
halfway through.
We're halfway
Yeah.
through a year, so we're not going to get into the numbers of it, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'd be on pace for a decent year.
Yeah, we're not going to get into details on that one because we stopped doing some promoting and it was just the loyals that kept listening, and that's okay. Here's some country stats quick. 82% of our listeners came from Canada.
Yep.
Not too shocking. 12% in the U.S. Shout out New York City for most downloads in the States.
Yep.
Wow. We're huge in New York City.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bird Media was actually just there. They probably saw us on billboards, I would assume.
Yeah, I know.
Probably a
based
few.
off of the statistics we're talking about.
Yeah.
It would make sense.
And then 5% in Poland, and
Yeah.
that's based off one interview.
Yes.
Can you get canceled in
We
canceled someone from Poland.
we canceled Sherby from Poland because he said some things on the podcast that he said that he maybe
and there was a news article?
it was the only article
In
ever
Polish?
written of Chump, and it wasn't in English.
No, it was in
was in
probably Polish.
It was in
Yeah.
Polish, and it said Eliza Sherbetov says on the Chump Talk podcast, and then it says some of his quotes, and his quotes got very misconstrued.
For sure.
Oh, jeez, misconstrued.
Misconstrued.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
That's what media does, though.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
should have expected it.
of course, of course, they were going to come out Chump Talk for that. We had to know. I remember.
kinda hilarious,
I remember that day. I looked at our downloads because there was a stretch during that time where I was looking at our downloads every single day,
Yeah.
like multiple times a day.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing our downloads were going through the roof, like shooting up that day.
Yeah.
And I was looking. I'm like, what is going on? We just released the Sherbetov interview, so I assumed there's something there. I texted him. I'm like, we're getting a ton of downloads today. Do you know anything about this? And then I ended up seeing that they were all coming from Poland.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And he told me, he texted me and he's like, dude, it's not good. Like,
Yeah.
I remember calling him on the phone. He's like, it's not good. It's not good. I'm like, oh no. And there's that article written, and then he ended up not playing in Poland ever again after that.
Yeah, and we're not going to say that was due to us. Maybe he also wanted
Fresh
further
start.
opportunities.
Yep.
Different places.
Yeah, we're not
but
saying it was
we
because of
definitely
us,
didn't
but
help him out
we're
return to
not saying it
Poland.
wasn't because of us, though.
No.
So 5% of our total downloads ever were in Poland,
from that,
and it was from that episode. He didn't even say anything that bad, and then 0.75 of our downloads came from Germany, and
Yeah, we had a few guys playing in the German league.
Dell, Jason Axon,
North
Cody
America.
Lampel,
Yep.
Turnbull. Yeah, we had a good run in Germany.
Yeah, we
Platzer, Kyle Platzer.
Platzer, yeah.
And while we're on, I just want to say shout out Kyle Soper too. He came on a few times. Kyle and his brother Jimmy.
Yes, Kyle and Jimmy
They
for sure.
They were big supporters. And Sean Pickering.
Yeah, Pickering made a lot of. Yeah, I think he had
He's probably a top 5 in amount of appearances. He was coming on a lot early in the year. Yeah, no, I think that's good for stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
So I think we're pretty good. Final remarks, or should I try to give Sherby a quick call?
Should we give him a quick call?
We're going long.
Yeah.
We'll give Sherby a quick call.
Give him a quick call.
Or I'll text him, see if he's. I'll just try calling him.
Yeah, okay. Do you want me to list off the top 5 while you call him?
Yeah.
Our top 5 episodes are number 1 episode downloaded. Number 52 featuring Vili Ottavainen. Our second most downloaded episode number 73 featuring Stilly and Otter. Our third most, episode number 144, featuring the legend himself, Eliza Sherbatov.
That was the Poland one.
Number 4, episode number 152, Stilly and Otter once again. The dynamic duo there. Again, the people loved them, we loved them, it just made sense. Episode number 5, the Junior Jacks.
Yeah.
The Junior
Yeah,
Jacks.
we got to coach. That was our favorite year of coaching, I would say.
That was our favorite year of coaching.
We did 4 years or 3?
3 years.
3 years of coaching, and we loved every year.
Yep.
There's 1 year we didn't get a win in the season.
No.
But that
was the year when we had the reins too.
Yeah, we probably didn't even need to say that right there.
No,
that was just
but
stupid.
It's just the way we are. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, but that year coaching the Junior Jacks, it was the midget age boys.
Yep.
And a lot of them we're like friends with now. I'd say Will and Timmy for sure. I saw Rudy and Switz the other day, and a few of the boys came to Stag and Dough too.
Yeah.
But yeah, those boys were fun.
They're just grown men now. Those fellas.
Yeah, they are. And we won International Silver Stick with them, and that's why that episode was big, because we had like 5 of them on for that. Yeah. Sherby's good for a call. I'm gonna ring him right now, and then we'll closing remarks and then get out of here.
Yep, sounds good.
Forever.
Oh, great!
Wow.
The forever just added to it.
Sherby.
What's up?
Hey man.
Sherby.
It's so great to hear your voice.
Yeah, same here, man. I'm very sorry, but there's something really that came up, and it's a life and death situation.
Hey, no bad. No worries. No worries.
No worries.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
I said it was a life and death situation, so I couldn't take your call before.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I would say that's very fair, Sherby.
Maybe we'll ask you about that when we stop recording. Is everything okay though?
Yes, but maybe I'll put it in my new book that I'll be doing in a couple of years. So this is another thing in my life that happened. So.
Oh my goodness.
It's just, man. I'm telling you. I don't know.
Your life is insane.
Yes, I am. There's so many life and death situations I'm in that I don't know. I need to become a super villain or a super
hero.
Marvel.
Hero.
A hero. I don't know.
You are our hero, Sherby. Just so you know.
Yeah, you definitely are a hero.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. I appreciate that.
We just put your book in the camera before you came on too.
That was very nice of you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It was a great read. I loved it.
Yeah, you did. But I thought you didn't know how to read.
Well, yeah, I struggled, but you kept the book nice and short for us.
Oh yeah, it's for young adults. It's true. It's for babies. The book, so.
Yeah.
Sherby, what quick about Chump Talk, but we won't keep you long because you're going through some shit right now. But Chump Talk, did you have fun coming on our episodes?
Absolutely, man. This is one thing I really loved about going to your podcast, Chump Talk, is because I regret it every single time after I went.
Yeah. That's the best part for us.
Stupid shit, man. I was swearing. I was talking wife. I was talking about Poland. I was talking. After this, like, why would you even say that? I said, I'm sorry. Talk to my boys at Chump Talk. I feel, myself. I just want to be a guy in the locker room.
Yes.
And
you don't edit, so I got in trouble a couple of times.
Yeah. We just talked about that in Poland too.
Yeah, man.
I remember the stories we've heard on there, and we did get you in some trouble. That's for sure.
Confirmed.
That's confirmed. But I remember the first story you told us, and we had stories every time. I posted I was looking through our old Instagram today, and there was a clip we had on there. You were talking about your wife's cooking, your pad thai, mad thai, cat thai. What? Do you remember that?
She still does. She still cooks some pad thai, but it's always a smell like cat. I don't know, man. I don't. The food is good, so I don't ask questions.
That's
Well,
right.
she fucking kills me with chopsticks.
Can we give you a call later tonight and say a real goodbye when we're not recording a FaceTime, or are you busy tonight?
Well, if not recording,
Yeah, not recording.
I might be naked if you call me FaceTime.
That's great. No, I want that.
Maybe we will be too.
Yeah, you never know.
But, well, then it's okay. But, no, if I don't pick up, man,
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right. Sure. Either way, you were a legend on this podcast, and
And let's never lose contact.
Yeah,
let's just be sure of that, Sherby. Never lose contact.
yeah, when you said you're coming to Toronto at some point, let us know.
well, yeah, I really want to come. I'll be honest with you. With all the podcasts what I really liked about going on with you guys is because I was being myself, and I
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for this. It's not an interview. I'm just enjoying my time with you guys. So I'm very. It touches my heart knowing that it's the last episode. It touches my heart as well that I'm invited into your last episode. So
Of course.
thank you very much. I really hope that I can see you guys once for good, man.
For sure.
Definitely.
We appreciate you, Sherby.
Yeah, we do. We love you. We appreciate you coming on all these years.
Me too, man. Me too, man.
All right. Have a good night. Good luck with whatever's going on.
Thank you, man.
All right. See ya.
Sherby, thanks for everything.
It was.
Man.
Absolute legend. Of
Yes.
course, our last episode we call him. He said he's going through
It
life or
couldn't-
death.
Like, obviously, I hope everything's okay,
Yes.
but that could have been the more Sherby thing.
No, yes, I do hope everything is okay.
Yes.
But this guy has a book full of those stories, and now he's
Yeah.
going. Jeez,
I know.
man, I love that guy. I love him with everything I have. I can't. We have to stay in contact
Yes,
with him.
that is
Like I
undisputedly, yes. No matter what.
undisputedly what? Or
No matter what.
Yeah, we
you
have to- we have to, yeah.
No matter what.
Final remarks.
Final remarks. Man, it's been a hell of a ride.
It's been a hell of a
It's
ride.
been a long time.
Yeah.
We've been consistent every week.
Yep.
You know, we're here. We're making content and we're enjoying ourselves. We're shooting the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Producer Dunk, thanks for everything you do over there, especially on the technical side. It's definitely not a
course.
strong suit that Brady era have.
No. And I would say for Dunk too on the mic, I would not have expected you to. I mean, one thing I will say about you, Dunk, is you are much funnier than you think you are, and you do it by accident. you're not like trying to crack one-liners, but
No.
I've learned this from
I
a
do
lot of
sometimes.
I've learned this from a lot of my friends that just like get to know you. They say Dunk is just hilarious with some of the things he says, and you are, and that's why it works so good to have you on here too. So
Thanks, boys.
we appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Good thing the
It has
glasses
been,
are
I
on.
do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Monday nights, like, it's been good.
Yeah,
It's been great.
Yeah.
I bet you never would have thought you'd have experience like talking on a mic either.
No,
No.
and for like years.
Yeah.
Knowing Gerbs, it's been real. We've battled away all these years.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we have. I mean, I think you got out of your comfort zone a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Suck that baby back.
Just inhaling this now. I also have to pee really bad. I said that before you even went to the washroom.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah. I'm pounding though. I'm pounding.
Yeah, you gotta keep pounding.
I'm always pounding.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate, because with Chump Talk, I know I know there was a lot of times that I pushed you to do things that you necessarily didn't want to do. And I know there was lots of times I got you to I don't know, like, I pushed you to do a lot of things,
I would 100% agree with that.
but maybe too much at times too, and I know that.
But it was good for me, though. It really was.
Yeah.
I'll never forget one thing about Chump Talk.
You can see how bad we are at this, being nice to each other.
I know. I was like, I gotta say something about Brady because like,
No, you
deep
don't.
down, we know that the love's there forever.
Of course. And we talk about that behind closed doors at times,
Sure.
but
yeah,
no, I'll never forget doing these, and we'll keep doing them with DSABs and segs when we get going. But it won't be
quite the same.
It won't be quite the same when it's just us and Dunk, and lots of times just us too. So
Yeah.
I know we'll still have these conversations. They just won't be recorded and on camera, I guess. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that's that.
That's that.
Are we just
That's
done?
that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not great at It's tough. It's tough to end it, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone for everything over the
Yeah.
years. It's been a hell of a ride.
Yeah,
Speechless.
yeah. And then that song comes on.
It's been a good run.
It's been a great run. 4.5 years. This studio.
We've come a long way.
What?
Nothing.
Where we began.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Guess that's it.
We're signing off.
Signing off one last time.
Yeah.
Producer Dunk signing off.
Producer Dunk signing off.
Matty P signing off. Love you boys. Lifetime of memories.
Love you, everybody, for listening. Thank you so much for all the support you guys have given us, and we will. I usually say talk to you next time, but
We'll talk to you in a few weeks at DSAPs. Everyone get into football.
yeah. Love you, everybody. Peace out.
Hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me.